Hello and welcome to AWL Rosterbot training. This is a quick way for us to use a scheduling tool and to use an organization tool that makes it way easier for us to be able to schedule scrims, schedule team matches, and see who's available when. So when you filled out your application, obviously you had to put in some scheduling info, and now you've been invited to a team or perhaps two teams, and we'll provide more information on that in future videos. So what happens is you saw that you got a big long link like this, which says, hey, you've been invited to join a team or potentially join two teams. So right here, what you do is I'm going to walk you through this process of what this looks like and how this is going to work for you. Now, keep in mind, you may have been invited as a full-time member, or you may have been invited as a spare, or you might be a coach that's watching this, so make sure you pick the right position. So this is a test team that I set up here, and so you want to sign up as name. You want to enter your battle tag or your gamer tag information here. So you don't have to enter your real name. So here I'm going to enter, Nocturna Rising, which is not my screen name, but it's one that I use for other stuff. You do need to put in a valid email address here where you're going to get an email. Because this is how you'll get notified. You can also install the app, which we'll talk about, which gives you notifications as well. But this is going to let you know when potential scrims are happening, when events are happening, or that kind of thing. So I'll enter an email in a second here. Then you're going to pick your position. So this is your primary position, or what you were recruited to the team to do. So make sure that you put in main tank, off tank, support, DPS, coaches, or if you're flexing or you're a spare flex for the team, that would be the only time you'd put in any position, but make sure that you put in the position that's most appropriate for you. So in this, I'm a support. Then this is where this is important. Make sure you follow the instructions that were given to you by your captain or by the league coordinator, whoever gave you this information. Make sure that you put in what you are. So most of you watching this will be full-time with whatever team you're signing up for. So you'll enter full-time. That means you're a permanent member of that team. But if you've been called to be a spare for this team, or you're someone that will be filling when there are roster spots available or someone can't show up, make sure you sign up with the correct link for what you want to sign up here. So full team, and then any message that you want to send to the team manager about who you are. This would be a great place if you didn't use your battle tag up here to put your battle tag. So put my battle tag is, blank, period, whatever. And then you would apply to the team, which basically means that the team manager is going to get a notification that you are signing up. So when you get this and you apply to the team, what you're going to see is you're going to see a particular screen. So I will show that information here. But basically what happens is what we're going to get to next. All right, so back for a second, we're going to assume that I signed up, and now we're seeing the events that are available to our team. So we can see the various teams that we're a member of. If you entered any wrong information on your profile, you can go and change it under where it says players. So you can also put a primary or a secondary role there for your account. So if you are a support as well as a main tank or an off tank, you would go into players and put your secondary role of what you could play or what you could fill. But for the most part, we're using this for organizing events. So what you would do in here is you would see a list of potential team events. So I just set up a sample event here, and you would have the option to say whether you're in or you're out on this event. And so if we go into the event, it's going to show us a bunch more information on this event and who is confirmed and that kind of thing. This does not show any personal information or player information to anyone but the managers of the team. Disregard the location. This forces you, because this is a sports team app, it forces you to have a location. You just ignore that. But this will show you how close we are to having that event filled. And then you'll see your player information here, and you can put whether you're in or out or change this here. And in addition, you can change your role. So you can say, oh, for this event, I see we need a main tank. I'm going to play main tank instead. And you can switch your role here, and it will show, what you're in. Or you could just say any position you're willing to flex for this, and then the manager could go in and change you and say, hey, you're going to be main tank for this event. So the managers can coordinate that information here. There's also activity over here. So we're going to use Discord as our primary communication, but if there's something specific to this event you want people to know, or something about it, you could do that here. But again, you'll see there are various roles for the event. It's showing how many of our full-timers are here, how many of our spares are committed, main tanks, off tanks, support, DPS, coaches, and then obviously coaches and spectators are unlimited, and then there's people who could potentially fill for this. And so if an event is canceled or the manager sees that there is not enough people for the event, you'll receive a cancellation notice as well. I highly recommend that you use the app, which there's a mobile app for the phone, which will notify you as well if there's an event where you can be a participant, where you have the ability to say, all right, you want to be in or you want to be out. But this is a super convenient way for your managers to coordinate the team, for you to get signed up, confirm what events you can go to, what events you can't go to, and that way we make sure that we get as many scrims and matches as we can. So check this out, install the app if you have the ability to do that. If not, you can just use email, you can just use the website, you don't have to use the app. And again, make sure that you're signing up with your screen name or your battle tag. Make sure that you're picking whether you're full-time or spare, depending on your role, or a coach if that's your role as well. And yes, your managers will take care of the rest of this for you. Any questions? Ask in the Discord. Otherwise, thanks for signing up. We'll talk to you soon.